All right. Welcome. Well, nobody's here yet, but I'm waiting. Just started. Still early, as they say. As we say in the West Indian community, it's still early. so, yeah, just trying to get this out. All the destinations. Oh, shit. Because sometimes this thing could be a little special. When it wants to be special, you know, I have to put things in perspective. Make sure that nothing stupid is going on. Copy, share, share. You know what they say, share, share, and share alike, right? That's what they say. So, as y'all are coming on, welcome, welcome, and welcome again. We'll make sure that the visibility of this video, once it stops acting stupid, want to make sure the visibility is set to public because even though you set it to public and my page is public, for some reason every single time it's still see? Hey Maylene, what's up? Trudy, what's up? What's up? You know, it's extremely annoying because I have to manually do this shit anyway. And I'm pretty good when it comes to tech, but for some stupid reason, you know, these things tend to want to do what they want to do when they feel like doing it. So, um, yeah, basically, it's just me having to deal with the bullshit. It's fine though. Very, 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 very annoying. I appreciate y'all patience while I get my life together here, because even though I definitely was proactive with all of this, for some reason, it still gives me a headache at the last minute every single week. But again, we won't be doing any Holy Ghost music or anything like that. It should be clear of all of that stuff. As my topic, my subject matter for today is to discuss intimacy and communication in relationships. So I just want to make sure that the people outside are alive and kicking because sometimes I wonder if the people are here or if they're not. Why does it look paused? Okay, let's try that. And there we go. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on with. All right, if you're watching on Facebook and you're having a hard time seeing it in real time, please yell at Facebook and not me because Facebook is stupid and likes to fudge with things sometimes. But anyway, if you're on YouTube, say hello, say hi, howdy, what's good, all that good shit. Nice to see you. Um, yeah, so let's get into this. Talking about intimacy and communication relationships, these things you would think they go pretty much hand in hand. Yo, what up, Jordan? What's up? Who's that? Chin Chin. Oh, Leah. What's up, Leah? I know what that is. Anyway, so we talk about intimacy and communication relationships, and the thing is that you would think that this would be one of those topics where it's like, oh, this is easy. Like, you talk to somebody, you learn about them. It should make the intimacy just that much better. Hey, Catherine, what's up? I assume you're a cat. I'm not sure, but I think you cat. All right, so what's up though? But the thing is, a lot of times in relationships, people don't get how important, oh, and let me do this now. because these fuckers always like to call me when I'm on this thing. Yep, that's it for that. Okay. So, like I said, when you're getting involved in a relationship initially, you first get to know somebody, you're kind of trying to feel them out, figure out exactly what it is that you want to do with them. Because you, like they say that a woman knows within the first 5 minutes if she gonna fuck a dude or not. And a lot of times, and it's very true because I've watched dudes do it, they either talk themselves into the pussy or they talk themselves out of the pussy. And it's funny how that works because with us men, I will tell you a little secret. A lot of times we might look at you like, yeah, we want to smash, whatever, whatever. But a lot of times we're still kind of debating that shit in our head for the most part. Now, granted, there are situations where, nah, we know for a fact we just want to get them. We're not going to talk about the outliers. And pardon if I'm talking a little strange because I just got a root canal today and starting to irritate me a little bit. So bear with me. I'll try to do this as long as I can anyway. But like I said, my whole thing is that when you start off in a relationship and you got somebody and you're feeling them, you're trying to feel them out, a lot of times that initial communication, that first, and they was talking about it, shout out to Discreet Friends. They was talking about Discreet Friends yesterday podcast, Pillow Talk. And this one girl said, like, she gives a man like 30 seconds to talk to her. And this is lifestyle wise anyway. Because that's a form of her communication and intimacy too. Even if you fucking and you just having a bare ass fuck session, it's still a level of intimacy because you're choosing to have this person in your personal space. Even if it's for a short time or a long time, those initial communication methods can be essential. And sometimes people, and I would say this especially with men, they fail to see how to read the room. And they tend to come out in a situation, and I've literally seen men who would start off and they had whatever going on in their head as far as, oh yeah, they pushed up on the girl's checking them out. They're like, yeah, he look kind of good, whatever. Maybe I give him some play, blah, 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 blah. But then somehow, some way, he ends up botching it because he talks too much shit, whatever. I'm going to start off like this. Now, y'all know me. I talk cash shit. I do. But I'll say this. You got to make sure if you're going to write them checks that you ready to cash them motherfuckers. Because when you coming up to these ladies and you saying, oh, you're going to do this, oh, you're going to do that, you can't be that guy that came out talking like you was about to lay the hammer down and then you just hit them with a pinprick. And I'm not talking about dick size. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about effort. You can't help what you're born with. What you got is what you got, and it is what it is. Unlike women who can make their booties fatter and all types of other things they could do to themselves, men can't do that. We got to work with the equipment that we have in our possession. So that being said, you have to understand the importance of getting to that by first, if you lay down a proper mental game. This is for the fellas. Ladies, y'all like these men to come at y'all right. When I'm talking about shit that they need to understand, y'all need to be sharing this shit. I see one like on this motherfucker. This shit need to have some more likes. You know what I'm saying? Like the video, share it, all that stuff. I ain't asking you for no money. I just want y'all to do the free shit for now. Nah, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying, I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, like and share, you know what I'm saying? Let these motherfuckers see what time it is because they need to hear this from somebody who has a lot of experience. I've counseled over 1,100 people in my lifetime. That's a lot of motherfuckers to go across. And I'm talking people of all different walks of life. People who could make the combination of everybody on this podcast look like a welfare cake. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's real. And my whole thing is that you have to understand that there are certain essentials you have to come with. You have to come with a certain level of tools. And don't worry, ladies, I'm gonna come to y'all in a second. But like I said, fellas, you got to come with a certain level of tools to the game. When you go to a LS party, you can't come there with the expectation, oh, I'm going to fuck because I paid my money. He was talking about that yesterday too. But you can't do that. You have to come, and this is how I walk into a party. Even if it's a party I'm hosting, I walk in that motherfucker like, okay, we vibing, we feeling, we gonna see what happens, and if this shit is popping, then we get this shit cracking. If not, it's okay. Fellas, let me tell you something. Stop being afraid of rejection. Let me tell you something. We are men. We were built for this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we were built for this shit. It's okay. No matter how handsome you think you is, there's going to be women that's just going to say no. And that's okay. Learn to take that L, because you know what? And somebody that I spoke to recently, and they know who they is, I told them, I said, listen, you make zero of the shots that you take. And there are plenty of times where dudes have missed out on some potential amazing women simply because they did not come out and speak up. Instead, they second guess themselves, an if, and button. Let me tell you something, fellas. Ain't nothing worse than a man, ain't nothing worse to a woman than a man that sounds like he don't know what the fuck he's talking. You gotta understand something. You're supposed to be a protector, a provider. You're supposed to be leadership. You can't be leadership and be stimming over your words. No, you got to come out and be, like I said, I teach my son this all the time. When you speak, shoulders back, head up, chest out. Speak like you proud of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is, yeah, Lola, that's true. I remember when you said that yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is that you can't doubt yourself. You have to come with confidence. So you say, oh, what's that got to do with communication and intimacy? Everything. Because guess what? If you don't know how to talk to women, how you going to get pussy? You going to hope that some woman is just going to come running up to you? Yeah, there'll be some women that are aggressive and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, yes, and I'm saying at the end of the day, shut up. The thing is that you have to be willing to step up and make the effort and stick your neck out and take a chance. Because women are not supposed to be aggressive towards us. No, we are the stronger. We are the ones that are supposed to stand up and sack up and push up on them, but respectfully. Nobody's saying to be an idiot about it. So if you walk up to somebody and you act stupid, don't be mad when they treat you like the idiot that you acting like. If you come to a party and you expect a woman automatically just because she got a little lingerie on that she gonna give you some play, then you're a dick and you're gonna get treated like one. These are things that you cannot do if you want to have acceptable social interaction. There's no way that you as a person are going to be successful in dating, or whether it be lifestyle or otherwise. If because you see a woman, if you see a woman looking sexy, or you see a woman whatever, because this can go lifestyle or vanilla. You see a woman dressed in a sexy ass outfit, she got a nice little mini skirt or something, whatever the case may be, and next thing you know, you're sitting there like, oh yeah, ma, so what's good? Da, 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 da. And then, and I'm a face palm for this because this shit I'm so tired of hearing about. Fellas, who are these girls that the unsolicited dick pic are working for? That's what I want to know. And I know there's fellas looking at this shit. I need an honest answer because I'm tired of these women telling me about this shit. It's like they're constantly complaining that, like, they'll literally have one or two conversations with them, and this isn't just a lifestyle issue, it's vanilla shit too. And next thing you know, boom, dick pic in the fucking phone, totally unsolicited. It's one thing if she's like, yo, y'all flirting, you talking your shit, she's like, I want to see what you working with. All right, cool, that's righteous. But if she's not inviting the advance What makes you think that you just throwing your dick out? You know how many dicks these women done seen? Ain't nothing you gonna show her gonna be more impressive than something else that she's seen before. No matter how good you may be, even if you're bigger, it don't mean that you're better. Trust me. There's more than likely the woman that you have now has had a bigger dick than you in her life. But at the end of the day, she's still with you. Why? Because bigger don't necessarily mean better. You have to understand you got to come with more into her circle than just, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to show her my dick and then we going to fuck and that's going to be what it is. No. And fellas, at least if you want to take the conversation there, be creative with this shit. Be a little witty. Like, do something creative. Like, hey, boom, yo, let me do a little flirting and hee hee ha ha. Let her know how she makes you feel, but in a classy way. Like, there's a word I'm gonna say, and I want y'all to write it down, and I want you to practice the art of this. It's called articulation. I wish I had a little thing I could light up on the screen while I say this. But articulation, how you say something is way more important than what you're saying a lot of times. Because you could be saying the craziest shit, but if your articulatory skills are immaculate, you'll be surprised how she'll look at that shit and be like, damn, that shit sounds kind of crazy, but that shit's sexy at the same time. And why is she saying that? Because she'll look and be like, oh shit, yo, this dude's kind of, I like that. I mean, he was whatever, but at least he was creative with the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Add spelling to they can't. As with listen, I can't help a person's scholastic aptitude. The most I can do is tell them to at least listen when they get the thesaurus or the dictionary. I want them to get both the thesaurus and the dictionary. And they look up articulation or just being articulate. When they look this up, they're going to learn what it means and how it's spelled. And what did you say, Crystal? You said, if you're going to go there, tell me how you're going to jump off a dresser at John C. You know what's funny about Crystal saying that? I'm a wrestling fan, so that shit really popped me real quick. Yo, that's a fact, though. But the thing is if you're going to come at a girl, my thing is this. Fellas, when you're approaching these women, be honest with yourself. I want to see what Lola's saying too. But give me 1 second. The thing is if you're going to holler at a female and you want to push up on them and say, oh, I could do this, I could do that, blah, 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 blah. Just make sure that you can actually live up to the things that you said you're going to do. Like, if you know that your capabilities is limited, don't say shit. Just be like, yo, I'm into you, I'm feeling you, blah, 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 blah. Because then you're not selling her a bill of goods. That's literally a violation in some ways because it's a misrepresentation of self. You're just representing yourself as one person, but in actuality, you're acting as another. And, well, what did you say? You said you've been with a man that had a huge dick and did not satisfy me. I also been with a man with a normal size that had me come like crazy. Exactly. Because technique is essential. Yes, you have to have something that they can feel. And granted, some women need a bit more than others, but the thing is that you have to have some kind of technique, some kind of rhythm. Learn the circadian rhythm of your females so that this way, when you move, you can move in synchronicity with them. If I'm using too many big words, tough, there's a thesaurus and dictionary online, go Google it. My whole thing is like I said, you have to find that circadian rhythm that they vibrate to. Because, fellas, it is way easier for us to get off than them. It really is. This is being honest. Me, I learned control. But truthfully, you have to learn the rhythm of the women because when you got them coming, the shit that they gonna do to you gonna be different type. Like, there's gonna be a whole lot of time. Like, you could literally grab them by the neck and be like fucking strip butt ass niggas me right now in the middle of the fucking party, and they'll fucking do that shit because you done whoop their ass in a sexy mental way to a certain level to where they will melt to your every need and want. When I hear men talk about, oh, these women, especially they'll talk about, I'm gonna just use the black women as an example because they say that. And I'm gonna finish this, so let me land before y'all jump down my throat. Um, they say, oh, black women don't know how to submit. That's why I fuck with other races. Da, da, da. Fellas, look at me. I've never in my life had a problem with a black woman submitting to me. And I mean, I know some women that got some strong ass personalities. A few of them in this chat. And I will tell you, I ain't never had a problem. And it ain't because I'm 6'6", 320. It's because I carry that energy. You can't be a sheep trying to dress in the clothes of a wolf and think you're going to control the situation. Mm-mm. You have to be a wolf. You have to howl at the fucking moon, feel the hair on your chest, even if it ain't that much like mine. You gotta fucking feel the primal energy within you. Act like you have a pair and sound like a competent leader in order to expect a woman to submit to you. Why the fuck would a woman submit to a man that doesn't even sound like he can navigate his way out of paper bag? Submit to a man who 1 minute he going this way, the other minute he going that way, the other. No. And I'm not talking about dating multiple women. There's nothing wrong with being poly. But also knowing how to navigate that channel properly. Because a lot of people, and there's another thing, like I said, know your limitation. Some of y'all men, and like I said, I'm saying this because of all the people I've counseled, many women talk to me. I have enough evidence to prove that this is true. And I'm sure the women in here could say amen, and agree with me. Many of you men say, oh yeah, you want multiple women, da, 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 da. You could barely handle the one woman you fucking. Why you need more? Bust her ass first. Bust her ass first. Get her comfortable, feeling beautiful, feeling sexy, feeling protected. Then if you want to talk about other women and adding this and adding that, you can come with those additions. Good night, Lola. Crystal, what did you say? I'm saying this because you're 6'6", because ain't no way some 4-foot dork gonna get me this. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna submit to a man, not no flamboyant man. But the thing is, Crystal, is that if you got the right kind of woman, if you got the right kind, see, that's the right kind of woman, Lord Jesus. If you got the right kind of man coming at you, if you got the right kind of man, even if he is 5'7", Chris, I don't know how tall you are, but you look short. But even if the man is 5'7", if he got that energy, you will recognize that and you will bow down. Trust, especially if he knows how to handle you and make you melt in his hands. That means he got that swag, he got that lyrical game, he putting it down on you in the bedroom, all of that good shit. If he's doing these things, we're not even going to talk about the financial aspect because that goes without saying. I'm not wasting my time on that. I'm talking about things that literally are the easiest to control because financials come and go. But if your energy is on point, whether you're in the up status or in the down status, that woman will stand there by your motherfucking side if she knows that she got a valuable motherfucker at her side. And the thing is a lot of you fellas miss that fact. A lot of you don't even know how to properly engage with a woman, talk to her respectfully, and engage and actually have something to say. You know what I hear all the time when I talk to females? Oh my God, Max, yo, your conversation, like you really got good conversation. Da, da, da. I'm like, what kind of boneheaded dumb fuck knuckle draggers is running around out here? But then, and this is when I'm gonna go to you ladies, why is it that y'all keep accepting these boneheaded dumb fuck knuckle draggers? Don't say the dick, because there's intellectual guys with plenty of intelligence and all types of other levels of aptitude that can drop off dick too. So why are you dealing with the knuckle drag? But then complain about them at the same time. Because I'm gonna hold the fellas accountable and say, yes, this is what they need to do. 157,000%. But y'all have to do what you have to do as well. You have to do your part. You know what your part starts as? Your part starts as you having the right kind of energy around yourself. A lot of you talk about, like I said, I've talked about the dating pool thing before. A lot of y'all complain about it, but y'all the ones peeing in the motherfucker. And you said, Carnita, you said we ain't, that's why we stay single and traveling, living our best lives. Yeah, but that's not a sustainable action. Because nobody's going to tell me that if you had the choice between having that ideal partner or being single, living your best life and just being by yourself every day, you're not going to choose to just be by your damn self. If you had the choice of finding your ideal partner, not talking about finding somebody that's a dumb fuck. Nobody wants the dumb fuck. I will say, if I have my choice, I'd rather have somebody at my side every night than laying and having lonely man sandwiches laying in the bed by myself every night like I do right now. I will say that. And I'm a very much a loner. But even I would prefer that, because that is definitely something that I would much appreciate. Be able to roll over and get my face drowned, that would be amazing. That sounds like a great time. But it's hard to find those that will match the energy that others of us come up with. And Carnita, that's not true. Realistically, you can find it. You see, the thing is, the way you're speaking is a defeatist mentality. And you got to understand, the power of spell casting starts with wordplay. So when you speak something into existence, you are literally manifesting the failure that you are preconceiving before you gave yourself the chance to even go out there and get it. Just because you've had multiple failures doesn't mean you can't have a success. All of the most successful people in this world have failed 1,000 times before they hit success. That's just the way it is. You have to understand that it is not, there is no easy way about that. But the thing is, Carnita, it is failure. Every time you have a relationship that don't work out, you fail. And it's not just them that fail. Oh, they fucked up and lost me. No, you failed too. We both failed together. We all failed. I failed, you failed, she failed, he failed, we all failed. You cannot, and the thing is, there's nothing wrong with failure. Remember what I said to the fellas earlier? I said, yo, there's nothing wrong with rejection. I learned from every time a girl says no to me, I say to myself, there's something I could have did differently, or was she just not interested? Was I just not her type? I'm not everybody's type. Some women prefer dark-skinned man, whatever, some guys, some women. One woman told me I was too brolic for her. She likes a slimmer man. Okay. I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And the thing is, you say everybody ain't supposed to stay in your life. Yeah, but the thing is, you know what's beautiful about these failures? They build character. Because if we all won off of the first thing that we ever done, we would never learn anything. We would have no character development. There'd be nothing. The reason why I have the levels of dimension I have is because of the failures that I have taken on. Mark, Mark, if you don't mind, I'm going to use you as an example. Confirm that you don't mind, Mark, and I'm going to use you as an example. Because Mark's a solid guy. I want to use him as an example of something involving what I said before. But like I said, you learn from everything that you do. Every failure is a success in the making. You have to realize that. When you learn to change that and flip that and say, yeah, I failed, but that's just another another staircase built on the level to my success. You got to learn how to flip it because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with failing. All right. We're going to use Mark as the example. Here we go. So we have Mark here. He's an employed individual, single, works very hard, good father, all of that stuff. Not a bad looking dude. He's maybe a couple inches shorter than me. And yet, he will, the moment he comes across certain women, he goes into this shy mode. His voice is going to crack. And I mean, I've literally listened to this happen and I face palmed as I did. You know, I'm saying this out of love, bros. This, but yeah. And the thing that I told him is, you never know when your home run is right in front of you. And this guy should be confident by all means. There's a lot of bum ass dudes out here that ain't got shit, they ain't worth shit, ain't about shit, ain't ever gonna be shit. And half of the women that have been on this podcast from one moment to the other have put up with those dudes for 5 minutes longer than they should have. Yet you're hesitating? Why? The worst that can happen is she says no. If she says no, okay, bless you, or whatever you want to say, have a great day, and you keep on moving. She's not going to bite your head off. You walk up to her like a gentleman, listen, I think you're a beautiful woman. I find you very intriguing. I would love to get to know you better. Maybe we could exchange numbers, talk about, get to know each other over a couple of drinks at dinner sometime. This is easy. I could write about 1,000 different ways you can come at it. You say that to a female. If you say that to a female, yo, don't play, because I'll put the Cash App in the comments, Catherine. But if you say that to a female, there is no way. The most she's not going to laugh at you. The most she's going to do is maybe she just wasn't attracted to you. Maybe she wasn't in the mood. Maybe she has a relationship. There's a lot of different reasons that a woman will say no. But the thing is, who cares? At least you shot your shot. The reason why I know some of the most amazing women, and I've known, like Leah's on this podcast, I've known her for mad years. Mad years. She goes back. She is an amazing woman. Great mom, too. And the reason why I know her, I know other women that I know and all that stuff, was simply because I had the balls to step up and say something at one time or another. And it doesn't always turn into marriage or a relationship, but you can even get an amazing friendship or even something deeper out of it. You never know. And then sometimes it doesn't become a relationship right away. It ends up being more of a friendship. Life moves on. Fast forward, you married to this person in the next 3 years. You never know. The moment you put these people in your life and in your circle, you don't know what's going to happen. There's so many possibilities. So many. But if you don't step out, and Carnita, you need to step out because your ass be hiding. And you shouldn't be. But anyway, back to Mark. You got to stop that. Because, like, you recently dropped the ball. Big time. Just through the hands. Smacked you right in the face. Simply because you didn't step up and say something when you should have. That's how it goes. If you want something, like I tell people this all the time, and I say this because people, when people want to be in something spectacular, they can't do regular shit and expect greatness. When people ask me, Max, Why do you have like 3 jobs and then you're working on like 2, 3 projects? I'm literally promoting 3 different business opportunities at the same time while working like 2 or 3 jobs. I don't announce everything I do because everything's not for announcing. But y'all see enough. You see a fly for discreet friends thing. I'm a part of that. You see me doing the soca parties. I'm a part of that. I even have some private shit that I promote. And my whole thing is that the reason why I do that is because a regular life ain't for me. I don't even live regular now. Where I live now is not a regular place. It's decent. It could be a little bigger, but I chose that because I chose luxury over size. It's still a good size place, but it's not as big as I want. I want to have a whole floor to myself, like on some fucking penthouse shit. Like one of them penthouses where they literally have the whole 14th, well, not 4th, the whole 50th, 60th floor to themselves. I want one of them motherfuckers. And the thing is, I'll have it within a few years. The wheels are already turning. I'm actually living, even though I'm living better than average, I'm still living a minimalist lifestyle because I have great things that I want to do. So I make the sacrifices. I work hard. I have the bags under my eyes. I'm tired and I just had a whole root canal and I'm still doing this podcast. You know why? Because I said every week at 9 p.m. The only way I'm not coming on here is if I'm sick or if there's other business things that I need to tend to. Then I will make an announcement and say, reschedule till next week, blah, 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 blah. Because I committed to doing this and I committed to showing up on this. And I know that the things that I've said, the things that I've done, I've touched so many lives already. And not just with this podcast in general. I've made differences. I've literally changed the course of people's lives. And it's things that I'm proud of. Is because it's like I've always just wanted to make the world better than it was before I got here. That is my mission. To leave a better world for my child and my nieces, my nephews, which I got a lot of them. Thank you, sister. If I could leave the world better for them, then I've done my job. And that's my contribution to this planet, to this society. And the thing is with me is that I'm like this, and the reason why I have no choice but to win is because I don't know how to lose. I don't know how to lose. Because even when a failure happens, it ain't a loss. It's just another way that I got to figure out how to win. It's just another challenge that I got to face. That's how you have to go about this. Marquise, when I'm talking about intimacy and communication, this is what I'm talking about. Because there is no intimacy without some level of communication. You can't just walk up to a girl and stick your dick in her. First of all, that's a bad idea because Lord knows how many ways that can go wrong. But that's also just tacky. Like you want to form some kind, and you know I know you, so I know you big time. You like to communicate, but you have to get through the initials because it is a man's job to approach and to pursue, never chase. And this is one thing I will say. Ladies, y'all need to learn to match that energy. When that man is pursuing you, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm already a successful motherfucker. I fucks with successful motherfuckers. And I'm going to tell you this one thing. We don't have time to chase y'all. Like when I send messages, listen, you can verify that with anybody inbox I might have ever talked in, which ain't that many. But even if I do, if I hit you up, and you're taking 5 years and 15 days to hit me back, trust and believe you'll see that same message that I sent last sitting there. The only exception is if I see somebody drop off the map that I know normally communicates with me, then I will be like, oh shit, let me make an extra mile, make sure they're okay, and do a wellness check. Other than that, I'm not going to be running behind you. And anybody that has any level of success, any level of ambition, any level of drive, has anything else to do in their life, is not going to sit around waiting for you to feel like messaging them. I told you on the last show, I don't even take you seriously if I don't talk to you on the phone sometimes. That's just the way it is with me. I understand some people are texters, and granted, there's some people that literally I really do text more than I talk, and that's okay. But if I reach out and say, hey, and listen, as a man, you have to take the aggressive. And I learned this. This is a learning experience for me. There was one girl that I had known for years. And I was like, yo, her communication's always been hand. But then I thought about it and said, I never got aggressive with her. I never really tried to communicate with her. I just threw a message out and she responded when she felt like it. I responded when I felt like it. It went nowhere. You know what? You know how things changed? I got aggressive with her. I spoke up. I said, hey, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, she's, oh, hey, what's up? Da, 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 da. Boom. Then I say, you know what? I'm not waiting for her to make, and fellas, don't wait for these women to make these phone calls. Pick up the phone, bro. Call them. If they always not answering, she ain't getting no date. Don't date somebody you can't even talk to on the phone. What is that? Either she got some secret shit going on, or she just doesn't have any brain power. Either way, save yourself the $150 to $200 you about to spend and do something else with it. Because it don't make no sense to waste that time and energy on somebody that doesn't even think you're worth a phone call. And ladies, this is for you too. This could go either way. Don't give your time and energy to somebody that doesn't feel you're worthy of an actual conversation. Now, it's different if all you're looking to do is hook up. Okay, then you shoot your messages, you hook up, cool. I'm referring to those who are looking to have a deeper connection with somebody that they're talking to. And granted, it might not happen every day, and that's okay because adults are adulting. I hate the adulting word, but we'll let it go for now. Adults are adulting. It's okay to not talk every day, but at least shoot a little message real quick. Hey, you good? Did you eat? You got proper rest? Yada, yada. Cool. You ain't got to talk to them all day. There's days when I'm hella busy and I don't get back to somebody until late at night. I try not to do that all the time. People hit me up, I try to hit them back. But I have two phone numbers coming into my one phone. I have a lot of things going on. So I can lose somebody in the shuffle for a few hours. But I do try to stay on point with that stuff. And I will say this because I can say this with absolute certainty. There ain't too many people I know that's busier than me. There's a couple of people that's as busy as me. But there's not too many people busier than me. And even I can still juggle the this and the that and the this. And you know how you do that? It's just a matter of prioritizing what you choose to make efforts for. And fellas, understand that these women are showing you if they really take you serious. Because if you are pursuing, if you are making that effort, speaking of somebody being as busy as me, there's Jonathan right there. That's Jonathan from Discreet Friends Pillow Talk podcast. I'm a part of that team too. Woo! Shameless plug, paintball, plus after party and all of that. This Saturday, if you ain't doing anything, it's right in Jersey. Y'all should pull up. It's gonna be a great fucking time. Just saying. And it's a very mature adult crowd. It's a good look, trust me. You know, I don't fuck with no mess and I don't fuck with no drama. I got shit to lose. So I don't got time. So if I'm fucking with it, you know it's something valid. Okay, that's enough of the commercial for that for right now. So you have to show, and exactly, Jonathan, you have to show that you have to show people that they're important to you. You have to show them that. And you show them by simply, hey, Jazzy, you have to simply show them that by sending a little message or two. And when they don't respond to you, you know what I do? Next. Oh, you haven't. Oh, because I didn't hit you up and run behind you. You don't know if something happened to me, if I got hurt, whatever. You ain't check on me, nothing. A whole week goes by, I don't hear from you. Next. I don't care how good the pussy is. I'm walking away from some good ass pussy. I don't care. Because you show me how you value me by the actions. And this is how each of you should go about this. They show what value they see you as by the level of effort they make to communicate with you. And that doesn't mean harass somebody like a maniac. There's a fine line to walk. Okay? But it does mean that you have to communicate if you want to show that that person is somebody that you give a shit about. You don't have to be in love to start communicating. It shouldn't say, oh, once I fucked her, then all of a sudden now she's hitting me nonstop. That's goofy. She should have been hitting you nonstop before. Why'd it have to be after that? If it's conditional, then those same conditions will be the conditions that'll be the collapse of your relationship. It might not be the exact same context, but it will be something just as conditional as the way that it started. Something that starts with unconditional attraction has the most possibility for long-term success. These are things that you have to put in your head when you're looking for a valid life partner. Like me, I don't care to have a girlfriend no more. It's life partner for me. Somebody that's going to deal with me and grow with me as I go through my shit and I make my changes, and I'm an ever evolving being, as should you be. If you're fucking with me, that's the level that I think, especially at our age, that's the vibrational energy that you should be on. Should you be seeking a partner? In my case, I might be looking at a multiple partner situation or two, but that's what I would do in my own personal life choice. You don't have to be a poly person. You can be monogamous, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Hell, I could end up in a one woman, one man relationship and just have a little fun because that's what we're going to do. Because either way, it ain't going to be some old boring vanilla ass shit. I'm not doing that. Even if it is just me and them in the household. Even if. But, like I said, the number one thing that you have to do, and Marquise, you ain't no damn chopped liver, bro. I'm going to need you to change that name in that chat too. Just saying. Because what I said earlier is true. You can't, the things that you say literally will manifest into your reality as long as you keep giving those words power. You cannot give those words power and then expect a different type of situation. It's kind of like when a woman keeps dating fuck ass dudes because she goes for the guys with the flashy this, the da 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 that, blah 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 blah, and wonders why she keeps ending up with assholes that do nothing but fucking and leave. You keep chasing the same person, you're going to end up with the same result. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's not how physics works. Physics don't work like that. If you want something different, if you want something better, if you want something of a higher life, you have to be willing to go to a higher level to do it. If you are a woman who normally says, oh, I'm not normally a phone person, da, 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 da. If you meet a man that says, listen, baby, I need to talk to you. I need to communicate with you before I go out with you because I want to know what's going on in your head before I run around the street with you. And you tell him some bullshit about, oh, I'm not really a phone person next. You just missed your winner. And I know some of y'all have done it. How do I know this? Because it's happened to me. When I say y'all, don't mean y'all on the show right now, but it's happened to me. Literally. Woman pushed up on me on one of them dating apps. We start communicating back and forth. We had a good phone conversation. Then what ended up happening after that? I told her, I said, listen, keep it a bean. I'm not really a texter. I'm more of a talking and a texter because my hands be very busy. But there are times, especially when I'm doing my Uber and stuff, where I can talk on the phone all I want. Now, that being said, you can't, like, in her situation, she said, "Oh, well, I'm not going to see you or date you because I don't really like talking on the phone like that." Number one, to me, that shows that she hasn't grown up yet. Because I feel like most adults prefer to talk on the phone than sitting there shooting messages all day. Because you can't connect with somebody via messages. You can have some back and forth banter and it's kind of cute and whatever. But in order to learn the minutiae of what that person is, which I'm sorry, but I find it crazy that in these days and times, all this technology, we got video chat, we got all this other stuff. How are y'all still being catfished and ended up on these crazy dates? How does that happen? Because you should have done your due diligence before you went out with them. The fact of the matter is that you have to be willing to step up and make the effort to do that. Jazzy says she loves an impromptu video chat. Uh, with me, I like them to be planned because, again, I'm busy. And it could be a little rude or intrusive to some people to just chat, like send a random video chat to them. That could like piss them off. Some people feel that way. Me, personally, with me, I'd rather it planned because I don't want somebody, I'm in the middle of a phone call and I got a video chat popping up. Like, what? It's annoying to me. Like me, I like to be told, like, hey, we're doing a video chat, jump on, whatever. But again, like I said, the number one thing that you have to keep in your head is that whatever you're doing has been a failure up until this moment. If you're not married and not in the ideal relationship circumstance that you want to be in right now, you are a failure. Me included. We are failures together. But you know what's the best thing about failure? The most beautiful works of art have been created out of failure. The most amazing relationships have been created out of failure. A lot of the greatest inventions we have on this planet were created out of failure. You have to realize that failure is beautiful. Nobody said to live in your failure, but to embrace the experience of your failure and learn to turn that negative into a positive. Because when you flip it, like I'll show you an example. I'm a failure in some way. I went to school for computer science. I'm working on my IT certification in cybersecurity. I'm a certified electrician. I'm also a consultant. I do Uber, and I have a couple other little business ventures floating around, including promoting events here and there. Why do I have so many things going on? Because I'm a failure. Because I have failed here and I have failed there. If I didn't fail, I wouldn't have went to school 3 fucking times. I'm not a failure as an electrician. I just am not happy with just being an electrician. I'm not a failure in IT. I'm just not happy with just having that. But because I don't have exactly what I want, I'm still a failure until I get it. It's okay. Listen, boo boo, this ain't the world. Listen, when you step into the world of Maximus, I'm going to tell you something. Ain't no second place trophies over here. It's either your first or your last, like Ricky Bobby said in the movie. Ain't nobody giving you no participation trophy. We ain't going to tell you it's okay to get second or third place. No. It's either you fail or you succeed. And if you want to be a success, you have to start thinking in a way that a successful person thinks. A successful person embraces failure. They love that shit. They eat that shit up. Doesn't mean they don't want to win. No, of course they want to win. But when they get that feel, they say, "Damn, that didn't work. What did I learn from that so I could do this differently and make this better?" That's how you end up with all them software patches you got. Because somebody failed to make software adequate enough to secure your system or to avoid from this bug from happening. So then they have to send out a patch to repair that, which then makes the system run better. I'm not going to get into the weeds of all the IT tech stuff, but I think about it a lot. So my whole thing is that no matter what you're doing, it does not matter if you fail. If you're trying to get with a woman, Marquise, and you're second guessing yourself because she's fine, you're a failure. And I say that with love, brother, but you're a failure because you should have acquired her. Especially in that case, that was a fucking layup. And you airballed it. You know how crazy it looks to airball a layup? And the thing is, he's not alone in this. And I respect that man because that man is man enough to go on here. You know how many fucking thousands of people actually end up looking at this? They're not looking now, but when the replays come through, I look at the views. I've had videos that have done like a couple of thousand views, which is pretty good for me. I'm just getting back on it. And the thing is that this brother is standing up and embracing his failure, which is why he's going to win. That's why he's going to win. Because the first step to victory is admitting and embracing your failure. What has this got to do with intimacy and communication? There's somebody's going to ask that. I will answer that for you. If you don't know how to accept failure, you will not have the balls to communicate with them. So this way, you can get to the level of intimacy you want to get to with said person. It all starts with embracing your failure. The moment you embrace that shit, you are off to the races, baby. That's why I don't lose. I have setbacks. Shit happens. Things go wrong. It happens all the time. Man, if I told y'all half the adversity I face on a daily basis, y'all wonder how the fuck I roll out the bed sometimes. I'm not going to sit up here and cry about it. I'm going to work to make it better so that I can do things in a more easier and succinct way to make sure that I don't go through that same thing again. It all comes back to embracing your failure. Now, one thing I will also say, women, don't play with these men. If you know you don't like him, let him go. Don't waste his time. Because the thing is I hear so many times, "Oh, you took away my choice. Oh, you took away my choice." I hear that from women saying that when men mislead them or like say that they're all about them monogamous. Meanwhile, they got 4 girlfriends. You took away my choice. When you mislead these men, when you pretend to like them, they sitting here buying this for you, doing that for you, having all these future plans with you in the back of your mind. You know that you're only sitting there until a certain point. And you already know where your jump off point is. You need to let that man go. Because I personally find that to be, number one, it's unethical. And number two, it's just a dick move. Like, you would not, like, if that was your son, would you like some woman to just sit there and take advantage of him and do all the fuck shit that you're doing to him right now? There's somebody on this thing right now, or at least somebody that's going to hear my voice on this thing in the future. And I guarantee you, they are sleeping with their boyfriend's friend behind his back, and he don't even know. And the thing is that she knows good and damn well that she's not into this man, but she's with him because he might be spending the right amount of money or whatever, whatever, whatever. You can't do that. Mm, That is wrong. You want somebody to treat you a certain way? You want to know why some of y'all karma is for shit? Why you find yourself when you do put your heart out? So many times women say, when I finally put my heart out to want to get with somebody, then they shit on me or they treat me like this or blah, 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 blah. Really? So when you were doing it, it didn't feel good to that man, but you kept doing it. But when it happened to you, now we're supposed to have empathy. We're supposed to feel sorry for you. We're supposed to be like, oh no, that's not right. Let's do things differently to accommodate her. That's what we're supposed to do for you because you're feeling away, because you're in your feelings, because this man went and did what the fuck he wanted to do. That is not ever going to produce a positive result for you. The reason why a lot of you end up in these shitty relationships is because you exhaust all of your good dude access cards. There ain't but so many of us out here. And you already know between the ones that's gay, straight, or otherwise incarcerated, whatever, you are playing a game where you don't even have the leverage. I hate to tell you women this, but y'all don't have the leverage. If we was to treat the dating marketplace like we do any marketplace, the marketplace is driven by supply and demand. The dick is in low supply compared to the demand based on the amount of women that are present. So you really don't have a tactical advantage. You might think, oh, I look good. If he don't want to talk to me, I go over there and I can just talk to this one and da 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 da. Okay. And I wish you luck on your future endeavors. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have some form of choice, some form of selectivity. Nothing wrong with that. What I say though is that you need at some point you got to cut this shit the fuck off and realize that the reason why I keep going through these things is because I keep doing the same thing again and again. I can't get out of my own way. That is something that will haunt you to the end of your days. You will die alone. You will suffer. You will struggle if you don't get your mentality under the right frame of mind. Because you want to be in a position for success. I want each and every one of you to be in a position for success. You know how that starts? It starts with an introspective on yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Listen, you can lie to all of us out here in the street all day. But when you got that time in the mirror by yourself and you looking, you need to be honest with yourself to recognize who and what it is that I'm capable of dealing with. Who and what it is that is where I cross the line. You got to figure these things the fuck out. And you're not going to figure them out by simply doing repeat actions. Repeat actions will never in life help you to get where you need to go. Not when it comes to something like this. It's one thing once you hit your success, you want to repeat it to maintain it. It's cool. But as long as you've got room for growth, then that's how you're going to get what it is that you need. Sorry, told y'all my this toothache thing is really drilling in the back of my head. Pardon me. Probably gonna end this soon. Um, the key thing is when you want to learn about a person, step one is you have to be honest. Now, first thing in honesty, I'm holding this for a reason. See this? This is a part of a cane. Gotta be honest about it. Heavy, definitely heavy. A real cane, quality material actually. I have this here because this is a representative of something that you will hold that can either help you or hurt you, depending on what it is that you do with it. Now, in this case, it's here to help because you might be feeling away, you're feeling a little weak, you might have injured your ankle, anything could have happened. And you know what you did? You leaned on that cane. So this way you could balance yourself. Now, take the same thing. Somebody rolling up on you. They try to get you for your paper. You take this thing, put this thing inside their head, I guarantee you, they're not getting up because this shit, like I said, heavy. You have to put that same implementation into things and aspects of your life. When you say, I like to go out for drinks maybe once or twice a week, whatever. Okay. When you're looking for somebody, make sure it's somebody that also fits that same thing or at least complement that which you like to do. And I use something flimsy, but I'm just saying. Use something use something that you like to do and make sure the person that you're with will match up on those agendas. Because that's going to put you in a more honest position. Be honest. Because what is the purpose of lying? Who are you fooling? You can't keep that act up forever. Eventually, you're going to have to drop the facade and do whatever it is you can, however you can, whenever you can. And that's okay. Because why should it be a situation where you're still trying to figure things out, especially when it comes from somebody who's so costly is supposed to be closer to you? Because they're the ones that get you first, and they're the ones that get you worse. Not a good feeling. But that being said, the most important part that I want y'all to take away, if you take nothing else away from this today, I want you to remember that you control your own destiny. You can pray to whatever you want to believe in, and that's beautiful. But at the end of the day, you are in control of your destiny. And if you want something different, you have to be willing to scale that wall, make that effort, take a risk. You have to be willing for all of that if you really call yourself trying to be successful. Because a lot of you, you're not trying to be successful. That's just not something you want. If you wanted it, It's right there. Go get the shit. What are you waiting on? Oh, you single? Oh, you want this man? Have you legit shown him that you're interested? Because ladies, and I will say this, ladies, don't play Tom and Jerry shit. Show that man you're interested. Put yourself in a position in which he will push up on you. Now, if he doesn't pick up on the symbol, you probably could move on because he's probably a dumbass and you're not going to want to deal with that anyway. But it is up to you. I am simply here to try to point you in the right direction. That is what I'm here to do. For that and to share in my life experiences, to try to advise you to make a better call when it comes to dating someone. To maybe, and this just, I know this sounds crazy. This might sound crazy with some of y'all. How about not dating the most dingiest, dustiest looking ass motherfucker on the planet? He should never even know. You should never even know what he working with because this shit never went that far. When you saw that he was a dusty dude, you should have left that be. Sometimes you need to see somebody more than once before you can determination on the exactly what it is that you may want or may desire from them. But that's not going to happen if you're not taking the time out to actually figure out who they are. It's kind of like in a lifestyle, we call it vetting. You're vetting somebody, you're trying to feel out this person's mentality, if they mesh with you and what you're into, blah, 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 blah. That is a very useful way for that. But I will also say this. It is crazy to me that so many people to this day still act like they have no clue when it comes to talking to somebody. All these forms of communication. You even got people like me up here. Hey, this is what you got to do. Mr. Woman, you're a guy. You give a little compliment on how you doing. Da, da, da. But do yourself a favor, fellas. When you're making this offer, you kind of got to make sure it doesn't sound like a sales pitch. Because some of y'all don't realize that women are hyper perceptive. So you ain't going to get much by them. And with that being said, you have to understand that you cannot lie to them in the way that you want to. Because whatever's done in the dark will always come to the light. That's just how it goes. I apologize if this offends somebody or makes somebody feel away. The things that I said, calling you failures because y'all was failing at whatever it was y'all was doing as far as dating goes. Now, I'm gonna stop here because this thing is really, really getting to me. But I do appreciate y'all for coming on this today. If you want me to drop the thing so you can throw something in the collection plate, child, I will not be ashamed to put it up. But my thing is that I want y'all to be and feel as safe in whatever atmospheres that you may be functioning in as possible. This is going to start with adequate communication. Women make adequate communication. If he looks you, says hi, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is, if he says those things to you, smile and say it back. I know some of y'all are afraid to respond because you think every dude's going to holler at you. But this ain't what that is. So That's why I said, and I mean this, you have to be willing to step up and put forth that effort. You have to be willing to show that you have some kind of interest, just a little bit. Instead of looking at him and saying, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with him. He'll never talk to me." Have you ever made yourself visible? There's what 7 billion people on this planet. I feel like good luck if you think that you're going to get anywhere using half-assed tactics. If you're gonna sit back and think, "Oh yeah, this girl's gonna holler at me," blah blah blah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Guess what happens? You don't get hollered. Then you feel away. Then you say, what Marquis said earlier, "Oh man, I'm chopped liver." No, you're not. Nobody, there's no such thing as a person legit being chopped liver. It's just a matter of who is familiar with who. If you stepping out of your element and you find yourself shooting a shot and that shit fails, you smile, you dust yourself off, and you go on to the next one. Yes, I'm making it sound easy because it fucking is. But I'm on here because I'm tired of seeing fucked up looking situations that could have been avoided had you spent some like legit time and energy trying to better yourself, which will in turn make you more attractive to those that you may want to be attracted. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for coming on this. This thing is, that's why I keep closing my eyes like that because it's squeezing at the back of my head. But I'm going to take my meds in a second. But I appreciate y'all for coming on this. There's so much more I could say on this subject. I don't want to keep running around in circles with this particular thing. But if you have any questions, DM me. If you will look to be a future co-host with me on a show, you could sit in on a show with me. We could chop it up, talk about some hot button items and all this other bullshit that's going on right now. We could talk about it all. Just let me know. All I need you to do is I need you, man, this thing hurts. I need you to email me. Well, not email me, you could DM me. Or if you're on Facebook, on YouTube, what you do is if you don't have me on Facebook and my friend list is totally loaded, you can still follow me. You just can't friend me. Ugh, excuse me. What I need from y'all is if you want to be on the show and you want to do, and you want to, like I said, you want to chop it up with me, you want to talk about it, just DM me. Or, like I said, hit me on YouTube and we'll set up communication that way. Either way, holla at your boy. That being said, have a good night. Stay safe and stay blessed. I'm gonna take some drugs because this thing is fucking me up. Make me feel it's almost like feeling high and sleepy without actually being high and sleepy. So I'm gonna take care of this and I will holler at y'all later. All right. Peace.